Show you how to make a graph in Excel today. You can see I've got the data set right here already. I'm going to extend it by 1, and I'm going to just go to January 25th, which I will enter as January 25th. I'll let the computer make the conversion, and let me make the new number 55. So now that I've done that, it won't show it in this graph. I'm going to have to redo the graph by selecting it, going to Insert, and then I've got these options over here, recommended charts. I go to this one right here, and it actually lets me hover over them and see the different options I've got. So I'm going to pick, let's see, the one I like. I've got a graph sitting there already. So let me do this one. And probably has a graph behind it, the old graph. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the original chart right here. Now I've got some options that I can do. I can go to the legend right here. I've got this trend line, which is already checked. It's going to be unchecked by default. I'm going to want you to click it. And you can see I've got somebody here that is measuring their nose in millimeters. They must have not told the truth. And it's gone from 4 to 50 in 23 days. They start off the New Year's, didn't follow their New Year's resolutions, and did poorly. I didn't catch that last one at 55, but that's okay. I'll show you in the next graph. So we're going to do another one. We're going to have 3 graphs total. This one, I'm going to right click and rename it. I'm going to call this one the hatch rate. Okay, you'll have 3 of them. Won't matter which order they're in. Hatch rate probably should go first, which I can do here. I can slide it over. So it'll be my first graph in order. At the bottom is it has 3 graphs on these 3 bottom tabs. So let's do dates again here. I'm just going to make things up. I'm going to say March 1st, which is not accurate. March, let's go 2nd. And actually, a nice little Excel trick I can do is to highlight these and pull this down. It'll give me all these days right here. So I didn't have to type it out all those times. I'm going to do the number that hatch on a particular day. I'll give you this data set clean. So all you have to do is enter the numbers and type like I'm typing right now. So let's say we had 1 on the first day, we had 3 the next day, up to, let's say, 9 on the third day. And let's make a peak here, which is not accurate for us, of 17. And then it went down to 11, then maybe 6, 1, or let me just make 2, then 1. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight this data set, go to Insert. I've got line graphs right here. And I'm going to select this one of these in here. This one you can see is showing me accurately the first one, 2D line. And this is nice. It's showing me how it started off low. I'm going up to a peak right here around March the 4th. Yep, that's right. And then it declines after that. So it's almost like a, what we call a standard deviation, where it goes up and then goes back down, which is what we'd expect. Now I need to change the legend. I can put a trend line on here. The trend line is not going to really tell me as much on here, so I'm going to eliminate it. And I'll let you know you don't need a trend line on this one in the directions. As far as data table, I kind of like that data table for this one because it's showing me here where we input on the graph, because I can take this little graph here and export it by itself. So I may not have this table here. So I'm going to ask you to put the data table for this one. You need to give it a chart title, and we will say the hatch rate of paddlefish. Okay. And you can do some things. You can change the text. You can go up here and make it bold, a little bit larger if you wish. That looks good. Don't need to underline it. Now I've got options if you want to make your graph look different. You don't have to, but you need to make sure if you change it, you're changing it to something that still has good contrast on it. So if you're not sure, just leave it like this. That's fine. Take me a second here to find it. There we go. I just double clicked on it, and it's chart design right here after I double clicked here. So I can have some pre-made ones right here. I can change the line, change some things. So you just play around with this some. If I select the line, here we go. I want a lighter color line. Let's make it yellow. And you see how it says Series 1, I'm going to want to change this one to what it is. There are ways to do that. I'll show you those later. But this is just the basics of how to use Excel. We're going to have a third one, so remember, hit that plus sign. I'm going to rename it from sheet 5 to last one, which is the die off. So I'll have that here. You'll have a data set to input here. You'll go to insert and make another line or area chart, as it calls them. This one's going to be our best one to use. So that's basically how you do graphing in Excel quickly. Have fun.